All right, well, good morning, everybody. Morning. Welcome. Thank you for coming out this morning. We are in for an awesome day. I gotta say, it's going to be better already than it was for the group yesterday because sun. We have sun today, so we definitely are here to check out the wildflowers, and I can promise you that it's only going to get better and better as we make our way across the property up here. There's one spot in the back, it's about 40 or 50 acres, where there are about 5 hills in every direction you look. And there are thousands of wildflowers, white, orange, yellow, purple. It's incredible. So we're going to save the best for last. The plan here is that we'll cross underneath the highway. We're going to make our way up the hill and see a couple of different aspects of the property as we get to the highest point, which is about 400 feet above sea level. Take in the nice views there, and then we're going to make for a pretty leisurely walk down the back side of the property, find a nice place to have lunch. After that, we're going to go lay in some wildflower fields. So we are here in the, if you can see this map right here, if everyone can kind of take a peek, we call the Sonoma Wetlands region. This is the part of Sonoma County where the land meets the bay. And the term baylands either means tidal marshes that are affected by the tides every day, or flatlands like you see these farm fields back behind us that were historically tidal marshes about 150 years ago. But everything that you see on this side of the green line, between the line itself and the present day shoreline, is what was historically tidal marsh 150 years ago. So pretty much all the land that you see when you look out behind us here south, you can see San Francisco back there, all of that was historically a tidal marsh with tides coming in and out a few times a day, as recently as 120 years ago. And that's what's happened all across the North Bay, is that a lot of these tidal wetlands were diked off at the bay. The land behind it was pumped dry, and it was used generally for farming oat hay, which 100 years ago went right into the city to feed the horses, or it's been used in dairy production or cattle ranching, and we've got beef cattle out on this ranch here. But what it amounted to was about 85% of the tidal wetlands in the North Bay were wiped out, and as a result you had that loss of that wetland function, flood protection, water quality improvement, and also you wiped out a lot of habitat for what are now endangered species as a result. So all around the bay over the past 20 or 30 years, a lot of these conservation organizations have been working on major wetland restoration projects. And this one over here, you can see it on this map, this is one the Land Trust was involved in about 20-25 years ago, and that's called the Sonoma Wetlands Wetland Restoration Project. And in 1996, it was at 320 acres, the biggest and arguably most complex tidal wetland restoration project in the bay. Here we are, it's only 12 years later, and right next door at the Sears Point project, one of the biggest things that we're working on out here is restoration of almost 1,000 acres of tidal marsh right here on site. When you look around the bay, in the South Bay Salt Ponds process is 15,000 acres, so these projects are getting huge, and they're getting very complex. Land Trust had raised the funds and purchased these 2 properties, it's 2,327 acres total, and so now those properties are under permanent protection, currently with the Land Trust. And the biggest thing that's been going on out here over the past 3 years is planning for the wetland restoration piece here. This is, again, almost 1,000 acres to be restored to its natural condition of historic tidal marsh here. Really what you need to do where there used to be historic marsh is you take those levees that are out along the bay now and you move that function back to protect the infrastructure. So the biggest piece of what we're doing out here is we're going to build a levee about 2.5 miles long through here to protect the rail line and the highway from flooding. And then you can take these levees down along the bay. The tide comes back in. So the levee building also allows the opportunity for us to put in public access. Over here at Sonoma Wetlands, there's a public trail. The Bay Trail runs right along the top of this levee here. It's about 1.5 miles long. And one of the features of this project is that as this levee gets built, we have the opportunity to add a 2.5 mile extension to that trail. Good. So I can talk for hours about this, so unless there are questions right now, I think we'll get going.
I really got I don't even have to bend over.
No problem for you guys?
I don't even have to bend over. Me neither. I'm just
Go up and lay on the grass, because if you go halfway up and you look up the rest of the hill, it's deceiving from this point of view how many flowers there are. Because then when you poke your head over the other side, there are thousands of every type of flower that grows on the property just waiting. So we're just going to mosey. If you want to fan out and find a nice place to just hang out where it's quiet and stare at the flowers, I encourage you to do that. Take pictures, but we're just going to kind of meander up over the hill. Enjoy it. Please ask any questions, but this is just some time to find a nice place to camp out for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, one down.
Wildflowers.
Wait, hold on a second. My dad's gonna take a picture.
Okay.
Here, let me put it down there.
Okay, put him down gently.
I'm gonna bring him back to where his home is. Okay? What a sweetie. Wait, let's watch him run. Well, not really there. Wait,
Aren't they?
I might just desert it for a second. I gotta try this. I don't know, how many cow pies are there between me and...
Oh, they're all dry, you're fine. They brush right off.
And if they're not, you'll know right away.
Oh, wait. She hold myself back.
Rolling all the way down. But she's gonna try. Where's the camera? Wait!
In fact, I think it'd be difficult not to hit a cow pie.
Trying to get a picture.
Ah, there goes someone else. Ah, there goes someone else.